Today, I'm going to be talking about 3 signs that you're married to the wrong person. Let's get into it. The first sign that you're married to the wrong person, and this is not in any particular order, but these are just 3 signs. Obvious, there's more, but I'm just going to talk about 3. And the first thing we're going to be talking about is that after you marry that person, maybe a man or a woman, the person changes. And I remember when I used to watch this show on TV. I forgot what it was called. It was like a crime show, and when they were interviewing like the victims and stuff like that. And I remember one thing I heard the lady said. She said after she married her husband, it was like a complete different person, and I related to that. So one of the signs that you're married to the wrong person is after you say I do, that person says I don't, wherein as their personality completely changes, and you're like, I don't know who this is. It's like this person is totally, or their personality is totally unrecognizable to you. So that's sign number one. That sign number one is after you marry, the person's personality changes. That is sign number one. Now we're going to be moving on to sign number two, that you're married to the wrong person. Sign number two is there's constant arguing. And when I say constant arguing, it's like every day there's constant arguing. And we're going to the Bible says that God is not the author of confusion. And when I say this argument, and it's like argument for like foolish stuff, like silly things, and when I say constant, it's like every day there's always something going on, and there's no peace in the house. So when this is a sign that you're married to the wrong person, there is no peace in the house. Because there's constant arguing, you don't have peace. You don't, as soon as that person comes home, maybe a man or a woman, the atmosphere in the house changes. And when I say it's constant arguing, it's like every single day you're arguing for something. And the person that you're married to, you're more like roommates than husband and wife. And the last thing I'm going to talk about, I touched on it just a few minutes ago, was saying that you're married to the wrong person is there's no peace when that person is wrong. And this is very big. And what do I mean by when I say there's no peace when that person is wrong? I mean that as soon as that person comes home, the atmosphere in the house changes. If you have children and the person comes home, you will see, and then say they come home and they spend like 1-2 hours, and then they decide to leave, and then the children will say, are they gone? Did they leave? Oh my gosh, mommy, like, oh, thank God he left. And you'll be like saying the same, oh my Lord, I just can't stand being around that person. Because as soon as they walk in the house, if the atmosphere if the atmosphere is happy, as soon as that person comes into your presence, the atmosphere changes. You could be happy, as soon as they come around, your happiness turns to sadness. Everything goes haywire as soon as the person comes, and they will notice it too, because they will see you smiling, and as soon as they see your face, you don't know why it happens. You cannot explain it, but it is a sign that you're married to the wrong person. Every time they come around, the atmosphere changes. It goes from happy to being sad. It goes to gloomy. It goes to darkness. And that is a sign that you're married to the wrong person. It can be a man, it can be a woman, whatever. That's 3 signs that I spoke about today, and I can tell you that you're married to the wrong person. Number one, I'm going to recap what I said. Number one is after you marry, the person changes. So you see, after you marry, you see the person character and everything changing. And you like, I don't know who this is, but nevertheless, Number two, you're going to see in the marriage, or even it couldn't be for someone that's maybe not married, but you're living home with someone and you've seen these signs and you're thinking like, did I make the right decision? Did I make the right decision? It could be for someone that's married, or it could be for someone that's in a relationship with a person. You're not supposed to be with that person. So we said sign number one is after you marry or you're living with the person, their personality just changes. Number two, constant arguing. The arguing is every single day, like argument, and sometimes the argument can be because of the person is cheating and they want a way out, so they're just gonna constantly, you may not know about it, and the person wants a way out. For them to have a way of escape, they're going to constantly criticize you, constantly belittle you, constantly nitpicking at stuff, and you're like, I can't believe we're even arguing. What, it doesn't even make sense, but it doesn't make sense to you, but it makes sense to that person because they want a way out. So now everything you do, they will fault find. They'll always see a fault in it because they don't want to be with you, and they don't want to they can't just leave like that, so they're gonna have to create a problem. They're gonna have to create drama. So when everything blows up, they will look like the victim. They will look like, when we know that it's the other way around, you are the victim. But when they done turn it and spin it and twist it, they will look like the victim and not you. And the last but not least is there's no peace when that person is wrong. And that are three signs when you're married to the wrong person, or even if you're living with that person, when they walk in, the atmosphere changes. And that are three signs if you're married or you're living with someone and you're not supposed to be with that person. You guys have a blessed day. Bye. I love you.